second. I love you, baby. Can you make sure I stop playing guitar before 2:30?
Yes.
Thank you, baby. I love you. There you go. Get the phone that I have here. I'll be like playing my guitar for a long time, just sitting here jamming, having all kinds of good jamming going on, and then I'll finally look at the chat. Sometimes I try to avoid the chat because people say a bunch of insulting things, and I don't want to get distracted. But then I'll look at the chat after a while. I've been playing guitar for a long time, all jamming, all getting into it, all singing, saying stuff, and talking, and blah blah blah, and just doing whatever. And then I'll look at the chat, and people are like, "Oh, there's no sound." And I'll go back and look, and there'd be like the whole thing is all just blank. There's no sound. It's like da 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 da. But it's like with my phone, like I don't know what it is. Maybe I gotta make sure the Bluetooth is off. Okay. It's so weird. I gotta make sure the Wi-Fi from the house is off. I gotta make sure the Bluetooth is off because my phone has great internet if I just use the phone's internet, but my phone will make the decision on its own to switch to the Wi-Fi here at the house, which is shoddy signal, so my show will be all choppy and fucked up. We got somebody here. Hey, Rebecca Lynn, nice to see you. I was gonna work on this song that I've been making up in my mind. It goes like this. Smoke and mirrors. It's not smoke and mirrors. It's not as bad as it appears. Don't you fear? It's not the end. It's just another distraction. The same old thing. Just another distraction for you to think about instead of just realizing everything's gonna be okay at the end of the day. It's all smoke and mirrors, not as bad as it appears. Or is it? Maybe it could be even worse, but do you really want to know the truth? Is it something that would really make you feel better if you knew everything all at once? It'd probably hurt your mind, and you might find it was something you probably would have done much better to have never heard in the first place. Too late now, there's no turning back once you wake up. You know what they say. They say that ignorance is bliss, but I think it's more like just obliviousness. And if you exist in a little bubble of your own, more power to you. It's hard to be integrated with a bunch of evil shit that you want nothing to do with at all, but still it falls on your plate. yeah, just believing without even thinking about it at all. I used to think that I lived on a big old ball, spinning around and chasing after the sun forever and billions of years. It's just been spinning and flying in a perfect cycle, just because whatever just happened. That's how it all came together. It's just a natural thing. You could bring this all together, haphazardly exploding in oblivion, and just eventually you just will become the person that you are right now, out of nothing. You can evolve out of lifeless space debris into the people that we are right now. If you want to believe in science, go right ahead. You have a head start, that's for sure, because we're supposed to believe that science is the reality of the situation, but they never want to take and figure out the soul. They just say, oh, that's just another biological trick that's being played on your mind. Oh, never mind, there's no such thing as a mind. It's just a brain with synapses firing off, creating biological tricks to make you continue consuming and reproducing in this natural manifestation of electric and mass attracting mass and all that nonsense. It's just a fucking bunch of bullshit. None of it is even true, but they can make you think it is. And just because you don't really start off with much of a chance when everything is being told to you, and you are bad if you don't say it's true. And remember it and make sure to fill in the right bubble on the paper that you're given. It's called a final exam to make sure how much of the shit they crammed into your mind and stamped it on your brain, so you won't ever think it's a bunch of bullshit, and you won't even think to question it, 'cause you've been questioned about it so much you just got, it's just so etched into your DNA. You think it's gotta be true. It's not the way it was told to me, and I had to get a good grade on my test so I could graduate, so I wouldn't be called a fucking idiot. That's why I memorized all of it. I never bothered to even wonder if it even made any fucking sense. Yes, it does. Not really at all. It's just smoke and mirrors. It's not what it appears to be. It's just another way that people try to control each other and get you corralled into the little place that they have pigeonholed you into, because you must be this way. That's what they say. And if you're not, they got a plethora of drugs they can put you on to make you feel more normal, even though being normal is pretty strange if you ask me. But I guess it without any time, everything is just meaningless. I mean what I say, but sometimes what I say might sound kind of meaningless. In due time, the dude abides. Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. Open your ears and hear what you can't see with your eyes. Cover your ears, don't look at those smoke and mirrors. Cover your eyes, don't you listen to this guy. He's just spitting a bunch of crazy bullshit to try to convince you that there is a God who believes in you. God believes in you. God believes in you. God believes in you, and you should believe in God too. 'Cause He believes in you. Smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. Open your ears, close your eyes. What do you hear? What do you see when you have nothing to look at? What do you know when you realize that everything you thought you knew was lies? You gotta go teach yourself all over again. Maybe next time don't be so trusting. It seems kind of cynical, but it's just eventually the conclusion everyone has to come to. You don't want to have to be trusting someone else when you are creating your worldview. It's up to you, really, in the end, but you would rather know what's true. So you just have to make sure it's something that you can verify yourself. 'Cause we're all in the same position, standing here looking up into the sky and wondering where we are. Nothing to compare this with, it's just below us. That's where we stand, and just above us. It seems so grand, and we don't understand what it is, but we've come quite familiar with the way it works. We just don't know how it's working, it just does. You can't really go and figure it out from down here where we stand. And that's about all I know. Smoke and mirrors, open your ears, close your eyes. Where do you think you are this time? Is it a place where you could stand up in outer space, where there's no up or down or upside down? There is just no direction. I don't know what to say, but I don't believe in nothing. I don't believe there's a place where nothing is. Counter space. infinitely smaller. Within, without, it's all just this big illusion. Where are you using your God-given sense? You have the sense of mind to mind your own business. Can you really get to that conclusion on your own? Which part of this one conclusion actually has anything to do with what you experience yourself ever in your life before? You never felt the ground underneath you spinning around. Thank God for that. Smoke and mirrors, open your ears, close your eyes, open your eyes, close your ears. You have God-given senses you can use to know what is true. And that's all you ever will know, is what you're experiencing. Smoke and mirrors, open your ears. Smoke and mirrors, open your eyes. There is an end. It does end. How long was that? Let's see, what, 20 minutes? Wow, that was pretty good. 20-minute improvisation. Improvising. None of it was thought of. All I had was the idea of smoke and mirrors. It just seemed like it was already a song. Kind of reminds me of my AT&T song. I wrote a commercial for AT&T. It goes like this. When AT&T rolled out their 5G, they put it everywhere and anyone can see. At the park, at the playground, radiating all around. At the local farm and jug, you'll see it up above. At the club, at the bar, wherever you are. If you look hard enough, you know you're gonna find the stuff you're swimming in the sea. La 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 la, swimming in the sea. Ooh la 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 la, we're swimming in the sea of directed energy. Thanks to AT&T and 5G. If you go to the store, you might see 3 or 4 at the police department. Out the window, your apartment. The fire station can almost taste the radiation. Every city, every town out in the cuts, you bet your ass they got the place lit up. Every street, every boulevard, every avenue, you'll see them at museums, even see them at the zoo. If you're AT&T, there's nothing stopping you. Sometimes they want to try to be a little more covert. They'll stick it in a flagpole, put it in the cross at church. Sometimes they really just wanna try to hide it, so they'll get creative and try to disguise it. They got those 5G evergreens, got the 5G panels that look like a palm tree. Yes, 5G. It's AT&T. as we're swimming in the sea. We're swimming in the sea. Ooh la la la. Swimming in the sea of directed energy. Thanks to AT&T and 5G. Swimming in the sea. So it's like this great thing, you know. Everyone's all yes, thanks, and it's like the little like AT&T's little gling, little glitter, and it's all like shining. All oh, it's so great. Everybody's so happy thanks to AT&T, bringing people together, or whatever. Reach out and touch someone with 5G. I'm gonna have to change my song then when they bring 6G, and I'll have to be like 6G. I won't have to change the lyrics that much, so let's change it to 6G. AT&T rolled out the 6G. But they're just going to keep rolling out new G's, and I'll have to keep changing the lyrics. That's like my other song I wrote, where I had to change the... I've had to change the lyrics like 3 times now, because it's like a 3-year-old song. Where it's like, I've been from here to 0. I've been from here to 0. I kind of forget how it goes. I haven't played it in so long. I've been from here to 0, but I don't believe it exists. Hi, baby. I love you. I've been from here to 0, but I don't believe it exists. I insist that there's no such thing as nothing, but all the same, it will to claim. It would be logical to claim this, that 2026 years ago. I had to change the lyrics there because it'd be logical to claim. I forget what it was. It was 2023 when I first wrote this song, so it'd be logical to claim. It's been so. No, it's 2024. Be logical to claim once more that 2024. But now it's 2026. Logical to claim this, that 2026 years ago, we were living in the year 0. And that's the year that we were waiting on for so long, as we counted backwards in a long line of negative numbers. The song is so weird because it's like this tangent where it's like there used to be a year 0, and before that, like, we kept track of time in reverse. Our timeline counts back to 0 and then continues in negative numbers. Oh, but that makes sense. I mean, that's because we didn't used to keep track of time back in those negative years. We didn't know anything about time, or didn't know there was like a pattern or anything. We didn't have any idea that there was like a pattern going on. There was like a hot season and a cold season. We didn't know there was like a thing that was repeating, so we didn't think to keep track of it, or we didn't have any idea of what time was. It was just like back before there was years, there was just negative years that we were counting down to 0. It's going to be fun when we hit the year 0. I wonder what's going to happen. Why are we counting down to 0? I don't know. It's just because we used to not keep track of the years, and once we started, we just consider all those non-years just negative years. Don't worry about it, all right? Just trust us. It's how it is. There's never been a reset or anything. We just push it forward for 2026 years, and then, a lot of years before that too. But that was before we discovered the year, so we didn't know how to count before that. Yeah, that's the reason. What is the reason? Well, I think that is the reason. That's what we're supposed to believe. Trust me, bro. That's what we're supposed to believe. It's trust me, bro. Science. It's the best kind of science there is. You don't have to do anything. You just trust me, bro. And then you know. Trust me, bro. It's something that you need to know. And you can trust me, bro. Because I know, and I'm gonna show you how. You must live on a ball, and it is flying around the sun. Listen here, son, you need to know this. Imagine if you just lived your whole life and nobody ever taught you lived on a ball flying around the sun. And then someone came to try to tell you, hey, see that sun up there? We're flying around that thing right now. And we're spinning, and that's why we have night and day. Yep. Whoa, really? Well, how does that work? Because we're living on a big ball. And it's spinning while it's flying around that thing. And you know what else? That thing, that sun right there, it's flying too really fast, like a 500,000 miles per hour. And it's flying through the galaxy. And that galaxy is flying through the universe. It's flying so fast. They would just sound like, you'd be like, oh, you're weird. Okay. No, really. We know because we sent spaceships out there, and they've been out there for like 50 years sending us signals from like billions of miles away. It's true. And so we know all that stuff that I just said is true. So, if you don't believe it, you're stupid. You just better trust me, bro. Okay. Like it wouldn't really seem like relevant information unless you had the whole world telling you, no, this is true. You better believe this. Oh, everybody in the world thinks it. Okay. Well, I guess it could be true. Maybe. Why don't we feel the spin, and how come there's nobody that's standing upside down if it's a ball? Oh, because this, well, it's because, well, dude, gravity, like when you drop something, it falls to the ground. Yeah, that proves you live on a ball. So easy to prove. So dumb if you don't believe it. Obviously, you live on a ball. When you drop things, they fall to the ground. It couldn't be a ball if it wasn't like that. Don't you know? I love you too. She's used to me saying crazy shit. Don't worry about it. Or like if you lived your whole life and then someone came and said, look, see that moon right there? See that moon right there? See it? Sorry. We flew to that thing on a spaceship. We flew all the way out there on a spaceship. It took 6 days to get there and back. We flew all the way there, and then the guys inside the spaceship, one of the guys stayed inside the orbiter. It was just orbiting the moon, and then these other two dudes, they got in a little thing they called the LEM, the lunar something module, and they flew down to the moon, and they landed on it, and they proved that you can go land on a ball that's floating in nothing and stand on it, and you'll feel like you're just standing here on Earth, just like you're right side up. You could just go land anywhere on a ball that's floating in space, just like Earth is just like a ball. So they proved all that stuff I was just now saying already, so you don't have to worry about it, bro. We got like video of it, and we got all kinds of proof. I want to see the telemetry data. Oh, well, we don't really need to see that. Why? I mean, they said they did it. So many countries in the world proved it. They all took telemetry data that nobody has anymore. It was just irrelevant. We already know how far away it is, so we don't need the telemetry data. Jeez. Well, let me see all the design plans for the spaceships and all the well, you can probably go see that shit, but is it gonna make sense? I don't know. These guys, they breathe pure oxygen for 6 days straight, which would normally kill you, but like they put it at a really low pressure, I guess, so that's how it didn't kill them, because there wasn't that much oxygen getting in their lungs. But don't you need to? I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's where it starts getting all weird, because they say they did that. They breathed pure oxygen for 6 days straight at a really low pressure. So would that resemble what we're doing right now? I mean, it seems weird to me, because you have to bring 6 days worth of oxygen, so they brought it in liquid form, according to them. And then they had little machines that turned it into really low pressure breathable oxygen that they just breathed the whole time. I suppose somebody's had to have proved that's possible somewhere, other than that one incident where they've lost all the telemetry data and they destroyed all the technology, all that silly shit. They taped over the original names. Oh man. It's like, that's just the part that makes it really difficult to believe, because like if you're going to have to try to prove it in court or something, you'd have to bring the, you know, the original like proof, the video and the telemetry data. But it's not like you could just make that shit up too, though, really. But it's just funny that they would have that be their story, you know. Well, we lost it. What? Whatever. Guess it wasn't that big of a deal then, after all. They went there 6 times. They stopped going just because people stopped caring. That's what my dad said. He's all, yeah, by the 6th time, people are like, yeah, whatever, I'm going to watch a game. It's a big deal. They've already gone there a bunch of times. It's such an easy thing to do. Must have been exciting that one time where they didn't make it. They went once, it was Apollo 13, where they went, but they didn't land on the moon. They had like some kind of, I think they were probably going, we got to have at least one fuck up, you know, to make it more believable. But you got to face it, though. Going to the moon is always going to sound like a tall tale, like how Jim Carrey said it on fucking what's the show? It was like, wasn't Dave, it was like Johnny Carson or something, one of those shows, or no, it was Dave Letterman, or I don't know who it was, but he was all, yeah, what a tall tale. No, it was Jay Leno. He's all, and they're buying it because it just looks so far away. What is the moon? I think it's a dead sun, but I'm crazy, so you don't want to listen to my story. Don't want to believe a crazy guy. And it's going to be one of those trust me bro stories. I can come up with some really good trust me bro stories. The moon is a dead sun. You can tell because all the little craters all over it. That's where all the plasma bubbles were popping and stuff right when it solidified. It left all those little craters all over it. It was all fluid before, but then it just hardened immediately. And all the little bubbles were popping and it just left little craters all over it. And the moon has a belly button. You ever seen it? That's what got me on that whole story, was I was all, the moon looks like it has a belly button. Like it looks like it's like some kind of, it was like some kind of fleshy thing at one point. It's all like kind of, there's all these sort of like weird little subtle stretch marks that lead to this one point where it's like a little belly button, like it just like it was a fruit that popped off the tree, or like a an entity that broke off an umbilical cord. You know, it looks like it was attached to something. It has all these weird, like, sort of subtle stretch mark looking things, like it was fleshy looking at one point or something. It has like this little belly button. I mean, it's just supposed to be another crater or whatever, but that's what I remember seeing when I was zooming in on it. I mean, any picture of the moon, you can pretty much see the belly button because we only see that one face of the moon. That's just the weirdest shit. It's supposedly tidally locked. I remember someone explaining it to me one time, and it actually made sense. The way it's turning, and we're turning in just such a way to where you'll always just see the same face. There was some sort of, I don't know, someone provided some kind of explanation that made it sound almost possible. And the moon, and, you know, and like it's just far enough away from the sun where everything lines up perfectly to make this eclipse, you know. And it's like on this regular schedule. It's like, oh yeah, that's just what happens, you know. We just got lucky. I mean, they tell us that other planets have eclipses. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. There's an eclipse on Mars today. Like, if you were on Mars, you would see an eclipse because their moon is blocking the sun in such a way. Now that I've said it, there's going to be a story like that comes out. There's going to be an eclipse on Mars today. Like, if you were on Mars, you would see an eclipse. Oh, so it's not going to be any different for us? No, it's not. But if you were there, because look, and they'll show all these diagrams and all this. It would look like this, and they would show like, you know, one of our eclipses, but with like an orange filter on it. And people would be like, "Whoa, that was an eclipse! It's happening right now." And there'd be like this little timer that goes with it. Look, it's happening. This is what the simulation of the eclipse on Mars would look like if you were there. But it's happening right now. Everyone's all, "Wow!" They're all outside going, "Yeah, look, that's what would be happening." And they're all looking at their screen. They're like, "Whoa, there's an eclipse on Mars right now. If you were on Mars, you would see this eclipse. But you can't see anything different from here." No. What? So it's just a story? Yeah, but it's true. Because look, they have this animation of it right here. It's exactly what it's looking like right now. Because, I mean, you know, we have rovers there and shit. Well, that's what they would do, duh. They would have the rover. Wait a second. They actually have things on Mars that can view the eclipse. They should do that. That'd be a good story. I'm putting that one out in the ether. NASA, you need to do like an eclipse from Mars with the rover. And it can take a video of the eclipse that's happening on Mars. That's a good story right there. It's a great one. That would really distract people. It's a great distraction story. I'm going to sell it to NASA. If only NASA would just listen to me, I'd come up with some good stories for them. Dr. Bass is just too crazy. I'll be right back. Have they already done that? That's what I was wondering. Is there already been like eclipses on other planets that they talk about? Maybe I'm totally behind the times. In which case, I feel kind of dumb. I gotta keep track of the time. What time is it? Oh. I got time for one more song. I don't know if anybody's even watching the show. Gotta go. You better act fast, Jack, fast, get a hammer in the brass tacks. A type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Act fast, Jack, fast, just a hammer in the brass tacks. A type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. Act fast, Jack, fast, just a hammer in the brass tacks. A type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. And we will see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in the free fall. Anything can happen when the ship goes down. So does the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, better have yourself a damn good plan when the shit hits a fan. Now when the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You gotta know what the fuck to do. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. You better act fast, Jack, just a hammer in the brass. A type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. The whole thing's gonna come down, okay? I said the whole damn thing is gonna come down. We'll see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in the free fall. Anything can happen when the ship goes down. So does the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck. Yeah, when this place goes belly up, better have yourself a damn good plan. The shit hits a fan. When the ground gets tough, better be clever enough. You gotta know what the fuck to do. You gotta run amok, or let the muck run you. Better act fast, Jack, let's just a hammer in the brass tacks. A double lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there's gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down. That's right. The whole